All right. Let's get into the stream stuff, shall we? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. First segment of Asmon's Slob. Let's go. Release the release the mold. Release the mold. Asmongold slams bullshit Streamer of the Year award after iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat lose. I love the caption. Twitch streamer Asmongold was completely baffled by the winner of the Streamer of the Year and didn't hold back with his true thoughts on the award results. Wow. So brave. I'm so toxic. I am become gamer. Let me open this clip up 1 sec. Let's see. I like to watch the full section of the VOD. Get the full context, okay? So no one's like, you missed the first part of the sentence. He said that he loves women, actually. Okay. So let's go back for a second. And I wanted to say, I originally saw this on my timeline because of the cutie tweet on this. FTR Esports Award does not equal Streamer Awards. The Streamer Awards is a very different show. However, I do like award shows for the sake of highlighting uplifting creators. It's so bleak and depressing when the convo goes from congrats to this is bullshit. Yeah. This Connor tweet, dude, I love Connor's Twitter. If the Streamer Awards go woke, what institutions will we even have left? I love Connor's Twitter. Connor's Twitter is like, don't go follow me. Go follow Connor. His tweets are so much better than mine. Marikazam, thank you so much for the tier 1. He's baffled. He needs to baffle. Stop. All right. Okay. Let's watch. Okay.
There's a lot of like, you know, for example, like little things like the brain falling in menses, right? The brain of menses falling down. Like there's all these like little nuances that you got to get right, like Winter Lantern mechanics. Like I think actually when you really think about and break it down, there's a lot. Textures, yeah.
I went too far back.
Boss encounter mechanics. When a boss aggros.
Transitioning. Oh, okay. I went too far back. Sorry.
No, I didn't think so. So let's go ahead and let's pull up Twitch tracker. Let's see. What's your Twitch name? Which one is it? Reverse GG.
Dude, the tavern music is killing me, man. It's really killing me.
$10,000 viewers. That streams for 40 hours a month. That's not bad. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. We'll pull up some of these right here. Streaming Minecraft. Some other random shit. Some other shit right here. Minecraft. Look at Kai Cenat. So let's look at who this is. They're not even in the top 100 of streamers on the platform. Are you salty it wasn't you or something? I'm salty that it was obviously a diversity pick because she's a woman. And everybody knows it. It should have been...
Obviously, guys. Everybody knows it. Obviously. Okay?
Speed or Kai or Queso or like 3 other people. Everybody knows it. It's fucking obnoxious. Or Ebi. You put her up there because it's a female. It's embarrassing and it's patronizing.
So sorry.
It's not even a top female streamer either. It's bullshit. It's not even close. Like, that's it. Who voted? I didn't. I'll tell you that. They had 116 people to vote for. Not even a top Spanish female streamer. Yeah, it's so weird, bro. Like, it's so weird that you would do that. People saying she's big in the Spanish community because Kai has 10 times her viewers, and it legitimately makes no sense. On God, no sense. Well, it makes no sense. It does if you realize that it has nothing to do with people's popularity or their content. And it's all just about people giving awards to people that they think deserve them. But that's it. It's so annoying, bro. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Does men in esports is right. Kai does variety. It's nuts, man.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
Streamer of the year.
I'm trying to let him finish his point before I say anything.
Total robbery. It's amazing. Put the red flag on Kai and Speed because they're controversial, whereas she more PC. It's embarrassing, bro. It really is. Rigged awards. I know. Absolute rigged awards. Esports streamer of the year.
Okay, so let's talk about it, okay? It's fan voted. Who does he think is the they gave it to her because woke? Who is the they in this situation? It's fan voted. What the fuck is going on? Dude, the Saudis. Dude, the Saudis are on our ass, okay? So, like, here, you can even look on their the Wikipedia about this. Here's the award process. When the nominees are announced as being open by the Esports Awards, nominees are submitted by the public. It's very similar to how the Streamer Awards are. Please simulcast on YouTube. This place is the devil. Sorry, I get just the MCA strike like crazy when I'm on YouTube streaming. But anyways, continuing. Nominations are evaluated by the Esports Awards panel made up from experts and specialists in the industry. This is basically just making sure that, like, if it's anything similar to like the Streamer Awards, it's making sure that people aren't being nominated for like categories that they don't belong in. Essentially, like, you don't want people who never play League nominated for like a League of Legends award or whatever. The finalists are then announced. Once all of the finalists are announced, the public then vote.
To do puppy girl, erase your lovely crying face link.
1 second. The public then vote on their frontrunners for each category based on the nominees' achievements over the past year. The Esports Award process partly includes community votes alongside the votes from the Esports Awards panel. Votes are submitted via the Esports Award website. After the public votes and it's been accounted for, the Esports Award panel vote on their choices for each category, adding their vote to the public's and ultimately deciding the winner. The community accounts for 25% of the overall vote, and Esports panel make up the final 75% of the vote. The winners are announced at the Esports ceremony. The next thing I'm going to point out is, like, this is a common two brain cell take, which is, oh, you won Streamer of the Year award. It means you have to have the most viewers. But Streamer of the Year doesn't mean you have the most viewers. First of all, I didn't even know the Esports Awards existed. Okay? I don't know. I literally didn't even know it existed. I don't even know if anyone campaigned or petitioned. I'm sure if Kai or iShowSpeed told their audience to go vote and got like a fuck ton of votes, maybe one of them would have gotten on there. Honestly, it should say more about his fan base for either not voting or not voting for him. Yeah. And then here, do they have a yes, 1 second. I was actually going to pull that up next. Do they have a description about the award on their website? Yes. Let me find it 1 sec. Where'd I put it? Where is it? I'll just reopen it, I guess. I think it's not like working because the awards are already closed, or like the voting period is already closed. It literally says on the Google page, when you pull it up, our aim is to ensure that success and achievement in esports is celebrated globally, acting as an impartial entity across all platforms and titles. Is it at all possible that they want to highlight female streamers who've had really good years? That doesn't have to be something that's woke, but like that can be something that is, hey, this is one instance of an incredible amount of achievement for this particular creator. that they had a particularly impressive event. Like, that's not woke. They don't say that the award is particularly for guy who got the most viewer, person who got the most viewers. You can have an impact beyond getting the most viewers. I mean, before, for example, before Will Neff joined OTK, he had a huge impact on OTK. Imagine if like OTK had an award on like who has had the greatest impact in the past year on OTK. And then people voted Will as an example. And then a bunch of other people were like, he's not even part of OTK. It's like, wait, the question isn't which OTK member had the biggest impact on OTK. The question is which streamer had the biggest impact. You can't just call everything you dislike woke. Sometimes it's possible that your opinion of what the award should be isn't what the actual award is. It's also like, this has the same energy as people who are really mad about trans women in sports. It's like, you literally are the exact person that said you don't give a fuck about women's sports because it's not impressive. And suddenly now you won't stop talking about how you need to protect women's sports. You're just pretending like you care about these things, right? When I stub my toe, the chair is so woke, it makes me mad. It's just, it's very ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. It's very peak, like, getting mad about basically nothing. It's also a dumb award. It's just a random award. It's not like it has to mean or not mean anything. They're acting like it's like the Oscars or something. I just don't, I'm so confused by people getting any level of upset and being like, ah, yes, we must fix this. But here she is talking about it here. The award is from my community who are always active and aware of all the projects, supporting them unconditionally. I hope to one day be as good a creator as the other nominees, whom I admire a lot. Thanks to people for always supporting me. Because of you, I am still here doing what I like. Much love for you. You're awesome, and I love you very much. So my biggest, I guess, like, criticism of... It's the same shit as the Gamergate shit, getting annoyed about games and fandoms. They clearly don't give a shit about being a side of... Yeah. My biggest frustration with this type of behavior is like, dude, how about like how the person who won the award feels? How about that? To like basically tell them, well, you didn't deserve to win this award. You only won it because you're a woman. It's like, that's kind of like weird and mean, no? Isn't that a little bit like mean-spirited? Can't you just be like happy for people? You don't even care about this award. Kai doesn't even care about this award. Speed doesn't even care about this award. None of these people care about this. And you can't just have someone enjoy something that fans were excited to vote on? It's like, does anyone, do you guys understand the point that I'm trying to make? Nothing is good unless I get something out of it. Just the way that the right has been, has taken the word woke and now everyday people use it as a term of negativity is so idiotic. It's also an esports award. They likely wouldn't even qualify for it anyways. I don't know what type of content, well, I don't know what esports specifically means or is in reference to. But let me see if I can find her page, Rivers GG. I don't know. I think esports in general, usually when they have like esports award, it doesn't necessarily mean what it seems like it might mean. Isn't she also huge in Spain? I mean, I don't know about Spain, but I'm pretty sure she's really big in South America, no? Because there's a lot of really big content creators in South America. She's also the owner of 2 soccer teams in the Kings League, which is highly popular on Twitch. So this is another like thing that needs to be talked about. Okay, let me break down the point just really quickly in like crayons, okay? Streamer of the year? Wait. Maybe we use text. Too many words. Too many letters. Does not equal most viewers. I would say that if you were talking about like someone who has had the most impact in like English speaking Twitch, I would say Cutie Cinderella has had a huge impact. I would honestly like low key. I would give, I'm a simp, but like I would give Cutie the nominee on that if I ran an award show. But Cutie doesn't really have the highest numbers on Twitch. She doesn't even get close to the highest numbers on Twitch. But she has a huge impact on the Twitch space. She brings so many creators together. She puts together so many fun events. She has a huge presence in the streamer world. Just because when she does baking streams, she doesn't get as many viewers as like when Kai does, I don't know, whatever fucking stream he does. It doesn't mean that she automatically should get disqualified because, well, she doesn't have as many viewers. So does she really have an impact? How much of an impact you have on the space around you is more important, especially with the way that they describe this award show. It's more important than just like, well, there are other streamers that have more viewers. What the fuck are you talking about? What the hell? This is so bizarre. This is so strange to get like mad about, I guess. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. It's childish, yeah. This is the best way to this is the best way to put it. MVPs in sports aren't even necessarily the best on the best team. Yeah. I just joined. Does Asmonslop refer to his content? No, Asmonslop refers to when he says really silly stuff that everyone else thinks is really funny. Why are people being reductive about Streamer of the Year and viewership numbers? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyways, that's basically AOC should have been Streamer of the Year for that one time. Yeah. It's just silly. It's just silly. No, not really. Streamer of the Year is just Streamer of the Year. Well, how do you define Streamer of the Year? Also, why would you have an award show if it's just about the highest number? Just check the stats and send the number one award then. Oh my God, dude. Dude, you're so fucking smart. Dude, I have the smartest chatters. I actually have like high key the smartest chatters. It's almost like you do the award show to highlight people that have had a unique impact on the space that cannot be measured in like the most reductive manner. Cass Carter, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Imagine if Game of the Year was just the same game every year. Imagine if Game of the Year was just the game that made the most money. And it's just like FIFA every year or like WoW every year. It's just the game that has microtransactions. It's like, well, obviously they made the most money. They're the best game. They're the best at it, dude. It's League again. Oh boy, League for Game of the Year again. They had the most players tune in. Yay. No, it means more than that. It doesn't just mean what is the highest metric. Game of the Year Candy Crush for a 12th year in a row. It's just, this is not how it works. It's literally just not how it works. And no one would, if you put this exact scenario in a million other situations, no one would think, oh yeah, most viewers equals best streamer. Most viewers obviously equals Streamer of the Year. Now, if you want to argue that Kai should win Streamer of the Year for other reasons, that he had a lot of interesting and cool collabs or whatever, sure, whatever, sure. You gotta cut the length of that intro. My goodness. No, you see, I can't cut the length of the intro. Oh man, does anyone have the avoiding the puddle Eris green camera clip? Fuck. Longer intro? Got it. Does anyone have that clip? I want to show it to you guys for this particular reason. I found it. I need you to understand my long intro exists for this same reason. I love this clip.
Why lights always green there? Hey, what's up, bitch? It's not a green fucking light, you stupid moron.
We've got to go back. Someone's asking him why the light in his room is green.
Why lights always green there? Hey, what's up, bitch? It's not a green fucking light, you stupid moron. It is a green camera. Because the camera is broken and it just fucking looks green. You think I sit in a green light all day long? Are you an asshole? You think I'm sitting in a green room right now? Fuck you for thinking that. You're so stupid. This is a regular light. The camera is broken. And it's always gonna be broken to fucking bait brand new, stupid question asking bitches like yourself to reveal themselves so I could shit on you.
Thank you.
2 well done beef Wellingtons coming right up. Fuck you for being new here.
This is why my intros are long. This is why my intros are long, okay? Where'd the chatter go? Where did I put you? No, I misplaced the chatter. Oh, here we go. Here it is. 2 beef Wellingtons coming right up. Okay, this exists solely to weed out the weak like you, so we can have chatter executions. If your first message is this stupid, you gotta go. You gotta go. I fucking love that clip so much. I enjoyed that. It's a good fucking clip. Hold up. Gotta bookmark this shit. All right. Man. Anywho. Yeah, it's just very silly. It's very silly. It's an award show that really doesn't mean anything. And I also think that this is one of those, like, wouldn't it just make sense? Wouldn't it just make the most sense to let people enjoy things? No one is even complaining. Who's being, like, harmed? You think Kai Cenat gives a fuck that he didn't win another award in his pile of awards on his, like, fucking penthouse unit? Like, it's just stupid. It's so stupid. It's just, you're getting offended on literally no one's behalf. On no one's behalf. It's only an award. Why you have to be mad? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's got a little bit of it's got a little bit of concern trolling to it, I think. SpongeBob opening the closet of award trophies. Amount of awards. Yeah. Or sorry, ass amount of awards. My brain is a little fried. Your boy Mills, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. My problem is I've never even heard of her. Considering that you're speaking English in an English channel, I'm not surprised that you've never heard of her. Because I've never heard of her because I'm an American that speaks English and watches English streamers and American streamers. So I think that one's like a, yeah. That one makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. That one I think that one's just a little bit common sense. Oh man. I do have to say this. I saw this tweet and I had my I was rolling. I was rolling on my ass. Okay. All right. Rolling, laughing, AMO. This it's someone posting in the Asmongold subreddit. Asmon in 2021. I'm just a dude playing video games. Wow, devs don't care. Look at this. Look, this FF14 is not so bad. Asmon in 2024. Let me repeat my opinion for 30 times on this random Twitter niche drama because I am always right. Now let me react to this 8-year-old funny video. If you don't like it, you're a bitch. And if you don't agree with me, you're a stupid animal. This is so good, dude. This is so good. I do actually, like, I do feel bad, and like I do think we should hold a funeral for old Asmongold fans that just wanted to watch like MMOs. And they're like, dude, what the fuck is this shit? What the hell? I miss old Asmon content. The new stuff just isn't for me, if I'm honest. I hate that it's all just political content and constant bait from the subreddit. I don't even bother clicking on the post here anymore. It's just constant American culture war bullshit. Subreddit is barely about gaming anymore. Edit. I just counted 18 out of the top 20 threads on the front page of the subreddit right now are political / DEI whining. Oh, dude. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Asmon's first language is Reddit posts. Everybody knows his first language is mold, okay? Everyone knows his first language. It's mold, all right? Okay, the other thing I was dude, what is this? What is this? What is this clip you sent, chat? No way Asmon chased his water with soda? Why did he smell the water? He's like, a vintage Fiji. This has to be a meme. He's faking it. He's faking it for content. This is faking it for content, okay? This is no, there's no way. This is definitely no. I don't even know if it's possible for a human being to react this way. Someone said he must have tasted his own breath with the water. Stop. Stop. Stop.
It's better.
This is bait post. There's no way he thinks this. There's no way, dude. Come on. No.
Wow. Who the fuck drinks this shit? Yeah, just
Who drinks this shit? Every living creature on this planet forever for the beginning of life. What the fuck? Literally every living organism on this fucking planet.
Okay. All right, we're gonna water the first one, okay, guys? Alrighty.
Is he watering the soil? What is he watering?
And there we go. I think that's way enough. Maybe
What is he watering?
A bit more? Okay, that's plenty. That's plenty. That's too much? No, it didn't drown the plant, man.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Dude, his plants drink better water than I do. Damn. Oh, shit. Fuck. This has to be a bit. This has to be a bit, man. Maybe it was that there was mold in the cup. But he drank it straight out of the water. What do you, I mean, sorry, out of the bottle. What are you talking about? What? What the? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. And then there was this. There was this. Dexerto tweeted this out like a week ago. If Stellar Blade is an 8, this is a 10. And I think Stellar Blade is a phenomenal game. Asmongold was blown away by Black Myth Wukong and revealed why it deserves Game of the Year. Now, I've heard a lot of like alternating opinions about Wukong. I've heard some people say it's like a really, really good game. I've heard other people say it's like whatever. Like it's a fun game, but it's not anything special. I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't have any opinions. I would have to play it to see what my opinions are about it. God of War, but just like with a monkey. Put some respect. It's Wukong, not just a monkey. Elden Ring is better. I mean, probably, yeah. Isn't this the guy whose house is full of cockroaches? Not anymore. They've been upgraded. How the fuck is he proud? He's not proud, dude. He's just like living in radical acceptance. I guarantee you guys, he does not live well. Sup me out, thank you for the 19 months. He does not live well. He knows he does not live well. I mean, the guy, unironically, like, to have this happen to you, this is like the shit that happens in like people's houses and like homes that are like hoarders. Reverse image search this. It's real, Denim. It's that he cannot fix this problem because he is too ill to fix this problem. So instead of dealing with it, he's like coping with it by laughing about it. This is like unironically making memes about how dog shit his life is on this front. This is like his coping strategy. It's like people who you know, cope with trauma by making jokes about their trauma. That's what this is. That's what this is. Overt sloth, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you. He's rich enough to exploit the underclass to solve this issue entirely. Yeah, but it's like mental illness. Lee Leonard, thank you so much for the prime. What exactly is on the knife? I think it's a spider. I think it's a spider. He's rich, just hire a cleaning lady? Yeah, but he's mentally ill. That's like telling a depressed person, dude, just go outside. Yeah, the solution is, unironically, if you're depressed, the solution unironically is go outside, eat some good food, and hang out with friends. But like, the dude is like rotting. Like, the dude is like actually like rotting. He's too mentally ill to do that. Like, he needs a cleaning company. Yeah. Cleaning lady is not enough. It's a literal biohazard team that's needed. Yeah. How do you know that he's ill? Did he make a diagnosis? You have to have this happen to you in your house. I'm pretty sure he's openly talked about how his mom is a hoarder. And generally speaking, when it comes to children of hoarders, one of two things happens. They either become fucking OCD neat freaks, or they end up doing what their parents did, which is hoard and never clean and live in garbage. So this is like, unironically, I mean, I also think that like everyone on the internet, everyone who spends enough time on the internet, non-normies are mentally ill.
Let's go.
Like, I think I'm mentally ill. I think everybody in here is I think all streamers are a little mentally ill. So I'm not saying it even as an insult. I'm saying it as like, this is just factually correct. Like, this is just true. It's just my mental illness doesn't make my sink look like this. Thank God. Thank God. Thank fucking God. One man's garbage pile is another man's house. Can afford therapy, doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. He did spend money trying to get his teeth fixed, so baby steps. Yeah. I mean, like, it's like people who are, again, people who are very depressed, who get to the point where they are not brushing their teeth and not showering anymore, and they're going months not doing this. And you see other people that are like, dude, just shower. It takes 5 minutes. Just go and shower. It's just brush your teeth, dude. It's like a minute. It's like you're trying to logic someone into a position that they didn't logic themselves into. It's not like they made an active decision, I'm going to live like shit. They can't do it. Like, their brain is too fucked. That's like, you don't let your sink get to this as a mega millionaire out of choice. So this is like him coping about this shit. Excuse you, Denim. Brushing your teeth is actually 2 minutes, actually. Oh, my bad, sorry. Major depressive disorder is a bitch. You can have all the tools and all the answers, but it still creeps in. Yeah. Especially if you are like addicted to streaming, which like anyone who streams this much, like Hassan, like XQC, like Asmongold, they're addicted to streaming. They're like actually like unironically addicted to streaming. It's just that like out of all the things you can be addicted to, drugs, alcohol, which is a drug, gambling, streaming it rewards you for being addicted to it. Because you get more positive reinforcement, you get more viewers, you get more money, you can continue to feed this addiction because it benefits your life. So they spend all day streaming, and then people who aren't mentally ill, like XQC, well, XQC has some, I think he's just French Canadian. I think XQC is just French Canadian. he hires a cleaning lady who cleans his apartment and his house because he doesn't have this brain unwellness, right? Same thing with Hassan, I presume. He doesn't have the brain unwellness that makes him incapable of just hiring someone to just take care of the basic bare necessities. Mental illness, Quebecois. So yeah, you feed the addiction, and people who are addicts know this, or anyone who's known an addict or has read up about addiction. You spend all of your time focusing and hyper-focusing on this addiction. And if the addiction is like positive and positively impacting your life, you can continue to just keep doing it and ignore your issues. It's a form of escapism. I don't want to think about the fact that my life is a mess. I don't want to think about the fact that I live in a literal mold, like biohazard. I can just stream. I feel it is a little bit misleading. Just streaming more doesn't necessarily equal further success at streaming. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no, 100%. It's more that like, sorry, I was presupposing that the easiest formula, the easiest way to describe this is like streaming success in order to be successful, or like every large streamer will tell you this, not just like me. You can literally talk to any large streamer and they'll tell you this. It's born this way where, oh my God, you make the best stream you can, be the best at what you do, and then stream as much as you can without losing steam. If you can operate at like a 10 for 7 hours a day, great. If you can operate at a 10 for 3 hours a day, great. If you can operate at a 10 for 12 hours a day, great. You stream for as many hours as you can where you still operate at like your peak. And some of these people are super addicted and they actually love streaming and they're good at it. So they stream 12 hours a day. I know if I tried to stream 12 hours a day, my quality would just fucking just dip like this. Just because I get tired. I get actually tired. I am not addicted to streaming. Also, if this is the stuff he's showing, I wonder how bad the stuff is that he hasn't shown people. Yeah. Dirtiness is also a coping mechanism developed to keep people distanced from you. It could be related to assault or other emotional trauma in addition to learned hoarding behavior. Oh, yeah, for sure. What Notes app is this? Well, this isn't a Notes app. It's just called sketch.io. Yeah. Wait, we're still talking about that. There's still someone talking about the streamer of the year. Or unless you're defending, in which case, sorry, my bad. You're defending, my bad. I don't know. You're responding to someone who's still talking about it, which is crazy. Wait. He probably shows his worst as a joke. No, it's a coping mechanism. It's like people who have had suicide attempts that make suicide jokes. It's a coping strategy. The first time I saw Beyond Asmon's stream setup, I deep cleaned my room. Stop. I make dead dad jokes all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. He knows his base are all Texan neckbeard hoggers, so he plays the best role he can. Yeah, yeah. Dude, I wish this was true. Be you and show cleavage. Dude, I fucking wish this was true. You want to know the worst thing? It's not. Isn't that fucked up? You want to know how I know? There are some fucking, this is true. This is real. Every time I show people all the hot women that are on Twitch, I weirdly don't lose viewers. It's fucked up. It's fucked up that there are so many women that are like way hotter than me with way bigger boobs than me that don't have as many viewers. It's not cool. This world is not fair. Life is not fair. Isn't that fucked up? Look. Look, honestly, just like scroll with me. Look. Look at all these fucking hot women. Easily hot. Easily. No, unfortunately, it's really sad, but yeah, there is not a direct correlation there. I did the research. I ran the numbers. I crunched the numbers there. I was very disappointed to find that out. Yeah. Not cool. Okay, before we move on to the next segment, which is, this one's kind of sad. Someone sent me this one. Wait. Let me show you guys. Hold up. I have to find it in my messages on my phone. Pull it up here. Like, this is a position you end up in when you have mental illness. Asmongold doesn't see the value in personal hygiene. Quote, it's the same using shampoo and deodorant. Its value is made up to conform to the social norm. No community note must be true. I'm kidding. I like how this is the type of thing that he totally would say. God, dude. I do unironically, I do feel for him though. Like, I do wish him best of luck, okay? Because, like, fuck. Okay. Hilarious. I hope he can heal. Nature is healing. Him drinking that water. Nature is healing. Okay, hold up. I have so many tabs open. Oh, dude. I've met people who have like 1 billion tabs open at all times. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Really, genuinely, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You guys sicken me. I have like 10 tabs open and I start getting mad. I start actually getting mad. Oh, dude, he finally I was going to show you guys this. Oh my God. He finally reacted to, did anybody see the girl rotting? The female rot? The femme rotting? Oh man. Let's watch it together, guys. Here, look at the thumbnail. Maybe you guys have seen it already. This one, it's this Japanese girl who her home is like covered in garbage. And like she does like, I don't know, like random content and stuff. And it's like she'll cook food in this tiny little area of her room that isn't covered in shit. And there's like roaches walking everywhere. And we're watching it.
I figured I would watch this for no particular
famous for bed rotting.
reason. Just get scissors.
No fear of cockroaches is actually a pretty impressive skill to have. Japan has this lady, we have Asmongold, who's attracted to some... You ever want to...
Wait, what does this chatter mean? Do you think issues like this are being amplified by having your chat as an echo chamber? What is issues like this? What is amplified? What do you mean by these things being related to this echo chamber? Like, you're gonna need to be more specific on all of these fronts. Because I need to tell you something. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. All Twitch streams are echo chambers. So basically how Twitch viewership works, viewers go and watch the streamer that they like, that they agree with, and then they keep watching that streamer. This is kind of how it works. I'm sorry to tell you that. But I don't understand more of like what is issues like this? Do you think like wait, I don't huh? I don't what anyways.
I'm gonna lay down all day while consuming as much entertainment as possible so you
Yeah, I
can
do that.
distract yourself from life, like some sort of weird human baby or a human turned into a worm. It's way easier to do nothing compared to dealing with all your grown-up responsibilities. No one told me about taxes, bills every month, the tedious task of thinking of what to eat every single day for the rest of my life. Sheesh.
Chipotle. Problem solved. I just answered it.
The guy just be a baby again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Straight up, you know what I hate, guys? You know what I fucking hate? I hate that in the real world, like, I am, like, very low performing, okay? I use compostable spoons and forks and plates. And my peak form of fun is sitting in front of my computer for 12 hours a day playing games, okay? Like, I am very low performing in the real world. Like, in the real world, compared to real people, I literally got tired of having to deal with cooking meals because I just couldn't do it all. I couldn't stream as much as I wanted to and get all the work that I needed to get done and keep my apartment clean and take care of my pets and hang out with friends and do all the other random fucking stupid work that I need to do and cook. And that's literally why I started drinking Huel, because I was like, dude, I can't just eat frozen meals because frozen meals don't have enough nutrients. And I'm getting like lethargic all day and all night. I need to get something that actually has my fucking vitamins in it. Like, I am low performing in the real world. Like, I am like, if a normal person saw me, they would think I was depressed. And it's really fucked up because in the content world, I'm high performing and it's not okay. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool that high performing in the content world is I care about getting my vitamins and nutrients and staying hydrated. Like, that's a high bar. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Fuck, dude.
For the majority of us until we can figure out how to Benjamin Button ourselves.
That's why you have to be a streamer.
Thing is bed rotting, eh? We're told that if we embrace hustle culture, work really hard, then we can achieve our dreams. The amount of effort you put into your career, the more well off you'll be during retirement age. Your future is created by what you do today, said the president of some country. So why me have
Which, by the way, is true. Like, I know people like to meme on hustle culture and say that it's stupid. But yeah, working hard and working out and eating healthy and trying hard at your job will result at a positive outcome at a higher ratio than not doing those things. Yeah. True.
Graduate degree, but work as barista with no house or car.
Yo, this is Patrick.
Well, that's kind of the reality we live in now. The American dream has literally turned into something you can only see when you're dreaming. No matter how many hours you put into your career, how much you invest into your education, which ends up being a piece of paper and bank account jump scare, unless you're born wealthy or with a little bit of nepotism on your side, life's just one long slugfest of working until you're old and then... That's kind of soul crushing. So
can I take shots? Can I take shots at this YouTuber? Very light shots. You can call me Mr. YouTuber man, but like millennial YouTuber editing. Zoomers have really made millennial editing evident. Okay. Like, whoo. Anyways, you're allowed to call me a piece of shit, Mr. YouTuber man. I love your video so far. It's great. I love your apartment. It looks very not rotting. Continue, sir.
So taking the...
I don't think that's entirely true. Like, I think that it's true for a lot of people, but for the people that I know that have that mentality in life, I think that if I look at what they've done in their life, it's a lot of nothing.
So here's the problem. Let me explain. Because I don't know enough about the Mr. YouTuber man here, but I know enough about Asmongold to know that he's like a fucking filthy capitalist. And this is what I will tell you. People were meant to do things that make them happy and things that are rewarding and fulfilling. And we can make like a little Venn diagram, right? But like, let's say here on the, what the hell? No. Here on the left, I love Venn diagrams. These circles suck. Come on, Denim, you got it. I feel like Squidward. Bressa. All right. On the left here, you have like things that bring you joy. And on the right here, you have work, right? And the problem with joy is like, if you just do things that make you happy, eventually all of those things get boring. If anyone here has spent like a month on their computer before just playing one shithole game, it gets boring and then you just get fucking depressed. I'm saying this from personal experience. I wasn't in school, I wasn't working, and I did nothing but play MMOs for 2 months straight. And I literally, like, at the end of it, I didn't know what joy was. Like, I didn't know what it was. I was like, I haven't felt a positive emotion in weeks. And the problem with work is it's so debilitating. All of your money goes to some piece of shit boss. You hate your coworkers. You hate everything about your life. Okay. You have to work so many hours for shit pay, no vacation days, and you're doing it just so that you could fucking live. Right. The reality is that people were meant to sit right here. Right. That the ideal area, honestly, not even like right here. The reality is like, this is like the golden zone, right? Why does this, I don't like the way this looks. And people were meant to experience what this has to offer. This section right here. You're supposed to do some number of things that bring you joy and some number of things that are work that you don't like to do, like putting away the dishes and doing laundry and whatever. And most of your time is supposed to be doing things that bring you joy, but things that are ventures of labor. So when I say work, I need you guys to understand, I'm not saying like you need to be spending your time enjoying picking up garbage. No. I'm talking about things that fulfill you, that give you purpose, that are labor, that you enjoy. So art, for example, if anyone in here does art, anyone in here is an artist, it's work. Your hand is like tired at the end of like a few hours of drawing, or maybe I just have terrible fucking hand posture. It's work. It's exhausting. It's really tiring. You fucking sit there with your stupid fucking pen. It hurts your hand. But at the end of it, you feel so fulfilled when you create something you love. You're like, oh, hell yeah. And then you spend some amount of time doing stuff that you don't like, I don't know, replying to emails and whatever. And you spend some time doing things that are not fulfilling, but, you know, they're just fun to do. Like taking a walk in the park or whatever. And you're supposed to spend, I would say, like 80% of your time doing things that fall into both things that bring you joy and things that are work. And then maybe 10% doing what you, things that are just happy for you. And then 10% doing actual work. Like that's a good balance of things, right? Gardening for me. Yeah. So people here who like gardening, at the end of like, I don't know what gardeners call it, a gardening session, you're pretty fucking tired afterward because you've been carrying soil around and mulch and you're sitting there fucking putting together 2x4s and planting and it's hot outside. But when you finish the work, you're like, wow, I did that. Oh my God, I created something. And it's that disconnect with labor. This is why factory work is so fucking demoralizing. Because you are separated from the end product. You're only there for this piece of shit mundane aspect of just like, I have to put this fucking thingy-majiggy on this thingy. And then I never get to see what the end looks like. So you never feel that joy that you created something. Like carpentry is something that is a lot of labor, very labor intensive, very exhausting. And there are lots of people who get into woodworking for fun because it is fulfilling for your soul to have created something. right? It is not fulfilling to just, you have to put this piece of wood on this piece of wood in the factory, and then you go home after your factory shift. And now I would say that like most people probably benefit from this. In my opinion, there's also like a second type of person, a secret second type of person of like, I don't really care. I'm cool with having a work-life balance. I don't really need something that brings me joy that is labor. I'm down to like show up at work, sit on my office chair, sit there for like 8 hours, go home and spend the rest of the time relaxing. That's cool with me. I feel like I'm one of those people, but I also am. This is still, I think, the ideal. Because I mean, I went and got an accounting degree because I don't mind that type of lifestyle. I don't mind that life balance, right? But I also still intrinsically want this, which is why I got into content, because it's the creative aspect of creating content and making things that people like that brings me a sense of fulfillment. And you will never experience the same fulfillment in like something like gardening or woodworking that you will like watching Netflix. Watching Netflix is never going to give you a sense of purpose. It is never going to fulfill you. There is no amount of it that will fulfill you. Filmmaking, however, that might fulfill you. I think the best example is like maybe like D&D. Where D&D, there's enough labor being put into it that it doesn't, and there's enough creative energy being put into it that you actually feel like there is something at the end that you made, that you worked on, that was a collaborative effort with these other people. That does feel fulfilling. And obviously this thing, this labor / fulfilling thing is going to be different for every person. And I don't claim to know what every person is like. But this is the major problem nowadays is that too many people think grindset mindset means you spend 99% of your time doing demoralizing labor. And they're like, wait, that wouldn't make me happy. Yeah, of course it wouldn't make you happy. It definitely would not make you happy. And anyone who says otherwise is fucking lying to you. It's that if you spent 99% of your time doing things that are labor, but are like creative ventures and when I say creative ventures, I don't mean it has to be like art or writing. I mean, like coding can be a creative venture. Putting together a code that does something that you want to do, that you set out to make something, and then you get something at the end of it. Doing like writing physics papers. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be something that like artsy. It can be something, like cooking is another one as well. Like cooking, baking, whatever, any of those things. At the end of the thing, you feel like you made something that you can be proud of, even just a little bit. And if you spent most of your time doing this and not just spending most of your time consuming like dopamine garbage, straight up, dude, the people who watch a lot of reality TV, it's like, oh man. There's a cap to how much reality TV could benefit your life. There's a cap. Definitely there's a cap. At a certain point, it's just like, dude, I'm just consuming slop. I'm straight up consuming slop. I found the Kamala alt. Anyways, yeah. So spending a lot of time being on your grind set only works if you actually like the thing you're doing even a little bit. Otherwise, being on your grind set, it's just going to make you depressed at the end of it.
Like they really just didn't put in a lot of work and effort into things, or they aren't really like they're not hard workers. And that's it. It's not true. There's a lot of people that grow up and they come from, maybe not the Section 8 housing, but they come from humble beginnings and they work hard and they have good jobs and they're successful. It happens very commonly. It doesn't happen all the time. And it doesn't guarantee it. But it certainly happens a lot more than not doing it. But I can see where people come from, right? Because it's like, there's some people that see that and they're not getting the results that they want. Now, is it their fault or not? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter from their perspective, because if they feel like they're not getting the results they want, then they start losing interest with reality.
Hire a day off from time to time to rest and not think about 1,000 things at once
Yeah.
helps us avoid burning out. The best feeling is working really hard, then taking 1 to 2 days off with your brain turned off to do nothing. Although bed rotting is a trendy activity we've been seeing that goes
Yes,
further
I do
than a
that.
day of self-care.
Well, I wish
You're in
I
your
could.
room, laying in bed all day, except you're not sleeping, but doing passive activities to avoid life, like scrolling on your phone, watching movies, counting the pores on the ceiling. Think
Yeah.
of it as stress-inducing procrastination, where instead of relaxing at a spa, you're closing your eyes so you don't notice that the building is actually on fire. You can find a lot of content from Gen Z and millennials sharing their bed rotting experiences, either for clout and views since it's trendy to do so, or to connect with others who are going.
This is straight up depression. I had this for like 2 days, and then I started a new Baldur's Gate playthrough, and then I felt better. Like, if you are gonna engage in a task that is a dopamine fest, it has to be something that you're an active participant in. This shit is crazy, dude, that people do this. I did this for 2 days. I installed TikTok again. I was like, this time I'm going to get into TikTok. I'm going to become a TikTok girly. And when people reference TikToks they've seen, I'm going to be like, I have seen that one. I actually do know who Chappelle Roan is. Yeah, I keep up with the times. I was like, this is going to be the one. And I literally was so depressed. I was like, I guess I'll go lay in the bed. Chappelle, sorry. I guess I'll go lay on the couch. I guess I'll go lay on the bed. I was losing my mind. I was like, I want to explode, actually. Holy shit. This sucks. It's chapel. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? When people talk about pop culture with me, I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. Okay, who cares? I do. I want friends. Okay, and then when my friends talk about things, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. I don't know these names. I don't know these actors. I don't know these directors. I don't know these singers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking in a different language. Oh my god. Anyways. What do you think of Chappelle Rowan? Stop. Standing up to fans for stalking her pictures. Dude, I saw that. I'm like 50-50 on it. It feels like the reality is if you have any success at all, you're not allowed to complain or criticize anyone around you. It's just like the Britney Spearsification of 2020. Like, people thought it was fine. Like, people straight up paparazzi stalking people like Britney Spears in her house, taking pictures of her, putting it in tabloids, just causing as much mental distress on this pop star because, well, she's rich and famous. It's fine. And then finally we were like, oh, that's bad. Just because this person is like rich and famous, it doesn't suddenly make harassing them okay. That's kind of fucked up. And we're going to go through that again as well, where people are going to talk about their experiences and people are going to get shit on for a while. And then finally, after like years, people will be like, actually, we shouldn't be treating people that way. I think Lily Pichu had a video, not a video, she made a tweet about that where she said she was at a cafe with some friends and this fan like tapped her on the shoulder and was like, hey, can I get a picture? And she was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm busy right now. And he just stood there and then like waited like a minute and then he tapped her on the shoulder again and was like, can I get a picture? And she said, I'm sorry. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm having dinner with a friend. I'm busy. And then he stood there and he tapped her on the shoulder again after another minute and was like, can I get a picture? And until she was like, okay, sure. And it's like, hey, man, I get that she's like rich and famous and whatever. And like, you can hate the rich and want to eat them or whatever. But like, that's weird to do that. That's weird to do that. And that's weird to treat people like that, regardless of who they are. Who is this? Lily Pichu. She had a post on her Twitter documenting this experience and saying like, maybe we just shouldn't be fucking weird. Maybe we could just be a little normal. Maybe as an idea. Hi, Salty Sandals. Let's see if I can. I don't think I'll be able to find it because it was like 2 weeks ago or something. Oh, wait, I actually found it. Lily Petrie talking about it. I don't have nearly this amount of fame, but I remember once I was sitting down eating and talking and someone tapped me on the shoulder for a picture and I said, sorry, not right now. And then they tapped again and I said the same thing and he kept tapping. So eventually I just stood up and took the picture. And it's like, you can, it's the same sort of thing with like Hassan trying to talk about how like he is mentally exhausted after streaming, that like, I'm telling you guys without fail, as someone who has hung out with streamers, who's stayed over at streamers' places, who's had streamers stay over here, every single streamer, when they end stream, they spend an hour just rotting. And they're like, I'm sorry. Let me learn how to socialize again. One sec. It doesn't, at no point did any streamer say it's harder than a real job or it's the hardest job that has ever existed in the entirety of the planet. It's, yeah, for me, this job has been like the most exhausting. For me, this has been the most socially draining. And people were like, how dare you fucking complain? Your life is so much better. We would trade in a heartbeat. That means you are never allowed to complain. You fucking suck it up and deal with the dog shit that comes with it. And it's like, okay, sorry, I guess. My bad, I guess. I won't do it again. Sorry. Bizarre. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. I have that after teaching a 2-hour class. Yeah. This is from the vintage Winter Hassan collection of drama. Yeah. Sorry, let's get back to the garbage.
What is the trend? This is how it can look. Yeah, it's about right. I mean, she's still pretty young, probably, that's got this here, because, like, look at all these pencils and shit, right? So she's probably in school or
Pencils? She must be still pretty young.
some shit.
Everybody knows only young people have pencils in their home.
Through something similar. There's been a shift in the
Excellent deduction, Sherlock.
public sentiment from this being a quirky activity to this isn't good. It depends on the severity. A little bit of bed rotting can just be someone taking time off, but extreme levels can be linked with someone who's mentally unwell, especially when you see rooms that don't have floors anymore.
Who would do that? Who would possibly do? Wow, this is so bad.
Mobile viewers, if you're on mobile, do not look at the screen right now. It is a bowl that has mold in it. And it's a TikTok that says, been cleaning my depression room and I found this mold in a plate. And it's, imagine pouring yourself a bowl of soup, except the soup is mold.
With so much junk. And the bowls and dishes with old food in them started making their own clothes to wear.
Bed rotting is a trend where you just kind of enjoy the time that you have in your bed.
You can see this person right here on TikTok who made a video about their
Yup.
trend. They
Who would
have
do
cups
this?
laying around their room.
That's
just
disgusting.
filled with mold because they're just bed rotting. All of these cups, Chick-fil-A containers, all of this stuff has just been piling up because all they do is lay in their bed all day.
I know we shouldn't eat mold, but why it look like I kind of want to eat it? We shouldn't be glamorizing
They're not
this
that good,
behavior,
trust me.
but focus on curbing it instead by sharing tips or showing our progress when we finally decide to clean our rooms.
Here's what you're gonna do if you've already rotted half the day away and you kind of regret it.
So that was a little taste of bed rotting in the West. Now in Asia,
see, for me, like I have a lot of days where I do that. I do, and like I will have days where it's like a vacation. I take a vacation from life. Like I don't call anybody. I don't answer anybody's calls. I can't do this as much anymore. And I think that it's had a negative effect on my psyche too. Like back before I had as many responsibilities as I do now, I actually had a lot of cases where I would be able to spend like a week or a few days away from other people, and I would come back a better person because I just can't be around people that much. It makes me insane. It makes me psychotic. Yeah, maybe it must be nice. Yeah, and now it's way worse. And so for me, like, yeah, I think that like some of this is healthy, but it's like it's one of these things where it's always like self-indulgence is the problem, right? Where it's like you're doing it all the time. That's the issue.
This isn't just a concerning phase anymore. A few cups with moldy drink in them is nothing compared to
It's not a big deal.
DIY hill you made in your own home out of trash. I like sledding on a fluffy white hill as much as the next person, but this seems like a biohazard. There are 2 content creators from Japan that kept popping up on my timeline who have quite the interesting following. The first one is Haritsu, an Indonesian college dropout living in Japan who's known for cooking food that is well beyond its expiration date, eating it, and somehow surviving. And we're not talking about a yogurt that's a few days past its best before date. I saw this man take...
Yeah, I've never really done this before. I'm very much the kind of guy that if something is out of date by 1 day, I will not eat it.
He's like, Asmongold is like Gucci rotting. I totally believe him. I totally believe him. He's just like, I'm too high class for that. Okay. I'll eat it off of the floor, but it's expired. It's 1 day. I have standards. Thank you very much.
Like, this is the one thing that I actually am very, very specific about.
Resident Evil looking rice from underneath the sink, give it a bath, then make...
That's rice. I thought that was mashed potatoes.
Get into a somewhat decent looking dish.
Yeah.
You would have never known how old and how unrefrigerated his ingredients were. This is a health inspector's nightmare. If they went inside his house, they would cry, fail him, and then shut down.
Dude, he's got a million parasites in his body.
The kitchen. This isn't
I'm
even
pretty
a
sure he has every parasite in his body.
restaurant. At least he's not wasteful.
Chubby emu video incoming.
The second creator is Shiro.
Yeah, that's not really so bad. I mean, like I've seen people that eat nasty stuff like that before. It's like it's whatever. Cause like you're gonna heat up a lot of that and it's gonna burn off the mold, etc. And so yeah, it's not
burn off the mold. That's not how that. What the fuck are you talking? What do you mean burn off the mold? Huh?
That bad. You made this trend, man. It's your fault.
No, man. No. No. That's in reference to like meat products that have parasites in them or could have parasites or salmonella in them. So like chicken, you don't really have to sorry, let me start over. This comes up in the conversation of washing chicken. Do not wash your chicken. If you currently wash your chicken, stop washing your chicken. You're splashing chicken juices all over your sink, and it is a nightmare what you're fucking doing. Any dirtiness or bacteria or whatever that's on your chicken that you're worried about, cooking it will kill all of that bacteria. Putting it in a 400-degree oven will kill that bacteria. You don't have to worry about that. This doesn't apply to mold. This applies to like, how safe is your food to eat? If you're cooking it at 400 degrees for like 30 minutes or whatever, I don't know. It's okay. It's all good. Because anything that's there that would have hurt you, the bacteria died inside because there's no bacteria that can live at that temperature. Okay? Oh, what the hell? Why did my light just blast me? Who turned on the light? I just got flashbanged. Sorry. This is like a pretty like dog shit light that I've had for years. I've had this for like 5 years. So sometimes randomly it turns on and sometimes randomly it flashbangs me. By the way, I'm new to your stream. I'm not sure what I joined into. Good stuff. Good stuff. The bacteria is inside the chicken. You weren't listening to what I said. I was talking about people who wash their chicken because they're like, I need to wash off the dirt and like the bacteria. Obviously, the bacteria that you actually care about is going to be inside the chicken. I'm saying, don't wash your chicken. You don't need to wash your chicken. It's clean. And anything on it or in it that's not clean that you're trying to wash off it'll sterilize. It'll get sterilized in the oven. You don't need, in fact, washing it is bad. It's not a neutral action. It is bad because you're splashing all of this raw chicken juice all over your fucking sink.
Oh.
Are you playing the new monkey game on Not Denims? No, we still have to finish Elden Ring first.
I do think that, like, I mean, this girl's 1999, right? So that means that she's
Sorry, I always want to make sure I'm not friendly firing any chatters. So I just wanted to say I wasn't trying to attack you or anything, just to be very clear. If you were saying that the bacteria is inside the chicken in reference to the people who wash the chicken, saying like, what the fuck are you doing washing it? The bacteria you should care about is inside, then I agree with you. I agree with you. I wasn't trying to like put you on blast or anything. No friendly fire. Just, yeah. Okay, good.
Like 24 or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I basically, I was doing that 25. Yeah, either way. Yeah, no, definitely some of these people could have grown up seeing me and Asmongold's lair and been like, wow, you were one of the first people to do this. Yeah, like I released.
What the fuck? Why is he, the way he's saying it's almost like a point of pride. He literally said, yeah, I'm an influencer. I influence people to rot. What the hell?
Asmongold's lair when this girl was 11. Oh my god. That's fucked up. I could have done this.
Kumatian Daisuke 1999, who's infamous for living in a home covered in trash while sharing this small space with a lot of roommates. Sure, times are tough and we gotta do what we gotta do, but it's like more than a reasonable amount of people. Between all of them, there's at least 1,000 legs, 1,000 arms, bugs. Her roommates are bugs.
Just get scissors.
Damn, if all these uninvited guests
No, not right now.
showed up in my home, I would have to put on a full production of Stomp, or at least a K-pop fan count from Mankigayo.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so like I straight up have like roach trauma. Finally, this is the therapy section of the stream where I pretend like you guys are my therapist. Where I had older siblings that bullied the shit out of me. Okay. And we lived in a New York apartment, which meant every few years, randomly, there would be a roach infestation. And we would deal with the roach infestation. But for a short period of time, every like 5 or 10 years, we would have roaches. And my siblings would throw the roaches at me. And I have never emotionally recovered. I've like never recovered. Like all other bugs, I'm basically fine with. Like, I don't like things that fly close to my face, obviously, you know, like bees or fruit flies or flies. But like, I feel like that's like biologically programmed into you to like swat things that are flying near your face for like safety and health reasons. But like, I'm fine with spiders. I'm down to help spiders get out. I'm honestly fine with like centipedes. I'm fine with like, I used to pick up ants. Like ants are really cute to me. Obviously not like red ants, but like just like normal little ants. I think ants are really cute. I'm fine with bugs. Like I'm really fine with bugs. And roaches, I have like giga trauma. I have so much roach trauma. Like roach trauma, like I see a roach, it moves and I like jump. Why is it so obvious that you're fine with centipedes? What does that mean? I don't like the way you said that. This is the type of phenomenon that happened to Nikocado Avocado. The internet fame encourages this behavior. Correct. Absolutely correct. Centipedes are terrifying. Okay, wait, just to be very clear, okay, I'm a weak American bitch-ass bitch. So when I talk about centipedes, I am not talking about those fucking South American centipedes. Okay? I'm talking about the tiny house centipedes. And I think in my head, I think about the house centipedes and they're like their friend. They hide. They don't want to be like around you. They fuck up like other bugs. Like they're chill. They're cool, but they're fine. I guess they're called like house centipedes or what are the millipedes or whatever. I take them out. You said you like to pet them? No, I like ants. I think holding ants is cute. Ants are really cute creatures. But like I take the centipedes outside. I take the like spiders outside. Basically, regardless of what the bug is, I take it outside. Like roaches, I'm like terrified. I just like don't want to deal with it. I like have so much roach trauma. I have so much roach trauma. I hate roaches so bad. I feel bad because they're like living creatures. And they're just like another part of our ecosystem, but I fucking despise those disgusting things. And then like, in my opinion, I'm legally allowed to hate mosquitoes because like, they're smoking with me. You know, they're like ants ain't trying to do shit to me. They're just like, hey, I saw you left some food out. You mind if I take some to my colony? No. We're good. I just, can I get some of your food, man? You got a lot of it. Like I saw your fridge. That's enough to feed my colony for like 8 generations. Can I have some? It's like, fuck, man. I respect that. Like, like you just want some food for his commune. Like I get it, man. I can't hate. I can't hate. You gonna finish that, man? Roaches. Roaches be like, you're trapped in here with me. And then with mosquitoes, it's like, dude, you're literally trying to steal and siphon my blood. It's on site. Okay, it's on. I killed a mosquito the other day. It was sucking on my ass. I was like, sounded wrong. I was like, felt so good. It felt so good. Oh, yes. But like, you're scrapping with me. I can scrap back legally, okay? Legally, that's like, you know, you put hands on me first, so.
No fear of cockroaches is actually a pretty impressive skill to have. Japan has this lady, we have Asmongold, who's attracted to some...
Cameron, thank you so much for the prime.
Oh boy, oh boy. Here we go.
my videos.
I have.
kind of feel like that roach that was in his house.
Get him out of my... What are you doing, bro? Get out of my...
But wow, those moldy cups are basically a cute little garnish compared to living with 5,000 freeloading roommates that don't pay rent. At least they don't take up
I had a spider that was in my it was in my my bathtub. And yeah, he's just there. I think that there's actually 2 of them. They were really big too. I took a picture of them.
Yeah, but like spiders are friends. And spiders eat the other bugs. So like unless it's one of the spiders that you have to be worried about, like nah, spiders are just kind of like they're just buddies. They're just friends, man. They're helping. They're like your own personal janitor. They're like, "Oh, I saw you got some food. Oh, sorry. You got some flies around here. You mind if I eat that shit? You're not going to eat that, are you?" Cool. I got it. Don't worry. I'm housekeeping actually. My name's Charlotte. Yeah. I got it.
It's like it's hard to really kind of show because like a bathtub, it's like how big is a bathtub to like contextualize it, but it was about the size of here, this is perfect. It was this, about the size of this. Yeah, like legs included, right? Legs included, like spread out.
Wait, what? What? Did you say the spider was that big? How does it get in? How do you even get a spider that big that gets... How does it get in? I feel like I'd take Scarlet rot damage walking into Asmon's house. He raised it. But how does it get in? You have screen doors. Does he not have screens? Start small? How small does it start? Like the size of what? Like a grain of rice? Like how small? What's the spider name? What's it called?
This man painted the matador on his wall with his tooth blood, and you're all laughing at him? So much for supporting artists.
That spider has tenant rights. It can come in smaller, like a poppy seed.
You know, ready to go. You kill them? Yeah, I just smashed them. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's just a spider. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do? Spiders are helpful? Yeah, that's...
Dude, spiders are your friends. Just let him out, man.
That's what I thought. But then there's a wasp like 3 days ago.
Okay, well, wasps can eat shit and die.
Like, yeah, like, well, where the fuck was he? Like, we had a good thing going here, you know? And then you fucked this up? Now there's a wasp? Bro, you had your chance. You had to come out. Yeah, no, well, what I do with the spiders is that I try to kill them, but if the spider gets away one time, I let the spider live. Because I feel like he's passed, you know?
A room, because they sleep on the walls. That being said, I'm not 100% sure if this content is made by people who are actually going through something, or if it's manufactured for engagement and views. We'll look into how all these topics tie in with each other. Why is this letting your living space turn into a landfill phenomenon so much more severe in Asia? Well, let's talk about their work culture and how intense it can be compared to our silly little corporate errands and elite employee bosses. In China, the belief is that the harder you work, the more will pay off. You put in 40 years of working.
I catch wasps and I release them back outside. They're like a passive yet not so passive defense around the house. Dude, I wonder if you could like get like a small like net. Like a small cage. Like imagine a small bird cage, but with like mesh netting, right? And you fill it with wasps and you like feed the wasps. And then if you ever see like an intruder on your like ring or whatever, like you ever see like a dude that's like wearing a ski mask or something, you're like, release the wasps. That would work way better than a gun. Actually, I'm gonna say it, dude. Drop the wasp bucket. That guy's leaving. He's leaving. He's not gonna invade your home. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Go, my scarabs. Denims the druid with a wasp grenade? Yeah. Wait, it would work, right? But then your home would be filled with wasps? No, like, you know those like home invader cameras or whatever that show when there's someone at your door and it's like this person has been spotted outside and you can check your camera. And if it looks like an invader, you can just like send out the wasps. And they'll never know. They'll never know. That would work. That would totally work, dude. So smart, a wasp cage? Dude, I'm reinventing security detail. I am reinventing it. Even if most wasps are chill, the people are going to run for the hills. You see more than 5 wasps drop on you immediately, you're running. You're running, dude. What if we gave the wasps guns? Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Camera with built-in wasp nest. Release the wasps from motion detected. Anyways, sorry.
Working really hard, and the fruits of your labor should show that, which was true many decades ago when the economy was thriving. There wasn't as much competition in the market. You could buy home, car, purse, family, working the same job for your entire life. Now, you'd be lucky to even afford one of these things. The 996 culture became a normal way of living, where you work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Putting in your 40 hours a week is child's play compared to this. You're expected to live this way if you want to be successful. If you don't want to conform though, that's totally fine. Someone else that's younger and less tired will take your place in a heartbeat. The Asian workforce is so competitive. Companies
outraged netizens say jail is better than work. Yep, there it is. I mean, for me, like...
I love the matter-of-fact way that he speaks. Yep, there it is. Yeah.
Like, no, what about mosquitoes? Oh, I swear to God, I know people might not believe this. But I've seen mosquitoes bite me and die.
That I must have misheard that.
Die. But I've seen mosquitoes bite me and die.
I'd like to imagine like two mosquitoes. They're like yapping, they're chatting, they're hanging out. They're like, you know, look at that guy. He's just sitting there, unaware. You wanna get his ass? And the other mosquito's like, you go first, man. No, I'll let you get the first sip. He's like, oh, thanks, man. You're such a cool homie. One sec. Takes like one sip, flies away. Bro, bro, he poured soda then water. He got no blood. It's like, are you good, man? What's wrong? The mosquito just fucking dies. And the mosquito runs for the hills. He's like, I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen that in my life. Dude, they need to study. I'm telling you guys, they need to study Asmongold. We can find the cure. It's the vaccine for mosquitoes. We can cure we can end malaria today. Jerry, look at me breathe. Jerry.
Like, just straight up, like, I've seen them just like bite me. They've flown around after like 10 minutes.
This is the first mosquito. Oh gosh.
The mosquito dies. And so, see another doctor? Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know what it is.
This is on the level with like that brainworm eating RFK's brain and then dying.
And encourage their employees to reveal their punch-in hours like a badge of honor. Whoever is the most overworked gets the praise. If you're working the minimum amount of hours required while having a healthy work-life balance, boo! Well, putting in overtime.
Sounds like a loser to me.
Doing? This expectation that you need to dedicate your entire life to work for a mediocre life is causing younger generations to realize, bruh, this sucks. It's
well,
like
this is always the way it was. Like, peasants would have this happen back into 1500.
Oh shit, the mold roller coaster, wait.
Except for instead of retiring, the Lord would conscript them to go to war against the other Lord that they had like a disagreement like 5 years ago. Okay. And so then they just kill each other and that's about it. Like it's actually always been like this.
Dude, I am a fan. I'm totally a fan at this point, dude. I love the total shit show mess of like Asmongold. It's just I'm the mold roller coaster where it's like he says something and you're like, oh my god, he's about to say something so base, and then it immediately goes downhill. You're like, okay, got it, excellent. And then it stays here, and then it happens again. It's so fun. It is so fun. I love it so much. I'm so, oh my god, this is my reality TV. This is like my Kim Kardashians. I'm not even joking with you guys. You know, to talk about how let me go back to the original video 1 second.
If you're working the minimum amount of hours required while having a healthy work-life balance, boo! Well, putting in overtime.
Sounds like a loser to me.
This expectation that you need to dedicate your entire life to work for a mediocre life is causing younger generations to realize, bruh, this sucks. It's
well,
like
this is all.
So the main YouTuber is basically talking about the fact that selling your soul away and selling your labor and your body to some fucking corporo so that they can squeeze you dry of as much profit as possible, that they can abuse you so that they can line their pockets and you can live a shit life. And God forbid you suggest life should be better for you for even a moment. You're clearly a communist that doesn't understand the value of labor, right? Asmongold hits us with the, yeah, this is like how it was with like servants and like serfs and poor people who worked under lords.
Always the way it was. Like peasants would have this happen back into 1500.
And it's like, oh yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is how it was. Yeah, you would be a peasant. My lord, may I have 1 gold piece to feed my family? No. You work as hard as you can, as much as you can, and hope that your lord is generous enough to let you keep what you earned. It's like, oh shit, dude, he's about to teach us something. He's about to be spitting. He's about to be, dude, he's about to say something crazy. And then he talks about like peasants fighting each other for their lords or something. Like, what the fuck?
Hundreds, except for instead of retiring, the lord would conscript them to go to war against the other lord that they had like a disagreement like 5 years ago, and so then they just kill each other, and that's about it. Like it's actually always been like this.
Yeah, and then it's the way that he says it to reinforce that there's nothing you can or should do about it. This is just how it's always been. Yeah, the idea is like lords are making these geriatric fuckers duke it out.
It has been, yeah, and like that's fucked, yeah, and like then, or maybe they just decide to kill you because, you know, why not? Yeah, feudal times are the best. Well, yeah, you need a war? No. I mean, you could figure out other reasons to kill people. You didn't just need a war. But yeah.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Watching the starry-eyed graduate who's excited to join the workforce turn into the bitter, jaded employee who's ready to retire in the span of 5 years instead of 50 years. You know what you get after working 50 years for a company nowadays? An email.
50 years. 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Bro's trying to dumb it down so much in hopes that he can understand it himself. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it so much.
In 2022, a term called bailan started trending in Chinese online gaming communities, which translates to laying flat and lowering one's goals. Basically saying, no thanks, I think I'll pass on this crazy work lifestyle. There's a lot of talented, hardworking people out there who want to make their career the main focus of their lives. But not everyone has to live like that, right? What's the point in working so hard if we're going to stress ourselves out until we develop health issues? We're still going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel while the rich get even richer.
This is, I think, the reason why people are upset about it. It's because like I work pretty often too, right? I don't really take days off of streaming. Like for example, like after
you guys are so much funnier than me. I saw this chatter. I saw this, is that bounty still on? And my first thought was to be like, bro, the bounty will never be filled because people like you keep thinking it's about Asmongold. I would never put a bounty on Asmongold. He's too entertaining. Are you crazy? It was always about someone else, but people like you don't have any reading comprehension, so we'll never get the bounty fulfilled because you guys spread so much misinfo about this. But you guys are way funnier than me because this was a much better response. Yes, but now the bounty is to clean Asmon's house. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry that I was not hating. No, you're good, man. You're good. Please, no, you're good.
after I do my stream today.
Biggest butt thing for the 6 months. Hold up, what was he saying?
Said about it. It's because like I work pretty I work pretty often too, right? I don't really take days off of streaming. Like for example, like after I do my stream today, like I have to.
People told Hassan about it. He couldn't even believe it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Giga Spud, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 6 months. Thank you. Moon Chief, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Like go grocery shopping, and at the same time I'm grocery shopping, I also have to be part of a meeting. And after that meeting, I have to do another meeting after that with somebody else for something separate. And then after that, I'll probably call my dad and check in with him and see if he's good. And this is something that I do every single day. But the difference is that I feel like one of the big differences for me is that, number one, I'm doing a lot of it on my own time. And like, for example, like I don't have to drive somewhere. I can do what I want to do, you know, like for the most part, like whenever I want to do it. And also I'm making a lot of money from it too. And so there's like a freedom that it provides me. Now that freedom isn't really as important anymore because I've already kind of like hit that threshold. But, you know, for me, I think it's about people. A big thing I think is it's about that the time worked is a big factor. But I think what is an equal factor for a lot of people is the fact that they don't really feel like they're getting any value out of the time that they're working. Like they're putting in, I think that's how burnout happens. Burnout doesn't happen from working a lot. Burnout happens from working a lot and getting a little.
The mold roller coaster. It's exciting. This one actually went somewhere. It was like the roller coaster normally is like this. This one was actually like salient. It was like, wait, wait, it was spinning. Okay. Oh. But it's also like the most basic concept on the planet. Like, yes, people have always been in the situation of having their labor exploited, right? But most people are okay with, and they will deal with having their labor exploited if it means they can continue living the lifestyle they already have. Change is hard. Living your current life is much easier. And people are down to continue to live their current life if their life is good enough, right? And for a very long time, Americans, you know, I mean, Americans, it's a capitalist country. America has always been exploiting labor. But a lot of Americans for a very long time felt like their labor was rewarded. You got to bring home a paycheck, have a savings account, go out on the weekends and hang out with friends and meet people, and still have enough disposable income to like maybe go on a vacation or something. Like, this is like for white people, white straight cis people in like from like I would say like the 50s till like the probably early 90s. Because Reagan policies took a while before they started getting bad, even if they were enacted before then. And so all like that 5-6 decade period of time, people felt rewarded by their labor. You got hired by a company, you stayed at that company basically your whole life, you got promotions, you got raises, and you got to build a savings account and go on vacation and enjoy life, right? And now it feels like everybody can't pay for groceries because companies are literally price gouging. I mean, I can't believe anyone called this communism. I can't believe anyone called Kamala Harris's policy communism when Kroger executive admits company gouged prices above inflation. A top company leader at Kroger has admitted during an antitrust trial that the company did in fact gouge prices on select items above inflation levels. While testifying to an FTC attorney on Tuesday, Kroger's senior director for pricing, Andy Groff, said that the grocery giant had raised the price for eggs and milk beyond inflation levels. Remember when eggs were like $500? This is not surprising at all. Drew Powers, the founder of Illinois-based Powers Financial Group, told Newsweek companies across multiple industries have been posting record profits since COVID-19, while consumers have faced the highest inflation in recent history. The math can only point to companies raising prices above the general level of inflation. As the old saying goes, never let a good crisis go to waste. Select equals all of the above items. Yeah. Why did I bring that up? Oh, yeah. Consumers nowadays are like so unbelievably fucked because every company is just one massive conglomerate that can just do whatever the fuck they want. So the companies hire you, pay you garbage. You can't do anything because every other company doesn't exist. And then they charge you $1 billion for basic necessities. And if that wasn't bad enough, guess what? You can't afford your rent either. Oh, you want health insurance? Go fuck yourself. And like the more this shit stacks, the worse these conditions get, the more people look around and realize, wait, my life fucking sucks. Whereas when rent is a little expensive, but everything else is fine, it's easy to ignore because, again, change is hard. You kind of stay in the state that you're in, and you want to stay in the state that you're in. But when maybe your health insurance is a little expensive, it's fine. Maybe school's a little expensive, it's fine. When all of these things combine, it's like, oh, wait, my life sucks. Wait, this is shit.
D&M Dankies.
But look at these chatters. Like, this is like the average Asmongold viewer. Not average, but I would say there's a huge subset that are like this. The young generation just doesn't like to work. Let's be honest. This is like Boomer who ruined our country, who likes to say, weak men create hard times. Hard times create strong men. And they have no idea that they are the weak men that created hard times. Like, totally oblivious. Pretty sure Asmon doesn't have that take, though. That's why I didn't say it was Asmon's take. That's why I said there's a subset of his viewers that have this take. The CT5, thank you for the 19 months. Thank you. I mean, Asmongold knows young people. He knows that young people aren't fucking lazy. He knows the young people in his personal life.
So doing just enough to get by.
And content creators, I know it's like a weird idea, but like a lot of most content creators that get into content, they get into it young because you have a lot of like creative energy. You haven't been beaten down by the world yet. And most content creators that start, they spend a lot of hours in this venture. Like Jinxie, he was like streaming like 250 hours every day. Well, sorry, every day. Oh my God, wait, sorry. every month. Sorry, my bad. It was like an absurd amount. He was streaming like 12 hours a day, every day for like a month to 0 viewers for years. Like Asmongold personally knows lots of young content creators who were putting in as much time as they could because they really wanted to make something work. This idea that like he thinks that young people just don't want to work is fucking stupid. There's no way he thinks this. That's way too dumb.
Might be a better option for some, and there's less risk of getting burnt out. Basically, keep your expectations low for everything you do in life. Japan also has a similar working culture. It's based on intense commitment, ethics, and extreme dedication to the company you're working for. If you're just starting out in the workforce, they have a strict hierarchy system you need to follow. If the boss says, put on a furry suit and start serving your country, then you better start learning that K-pop choreo ASAP.
Good
also,
for you.
I think I'm going through a phase right now. There have been one too many furry references in my videos recently. You also need to show that you're a team player.
No, it's not his fault. Like, there's too many furries in general. Furries are getting too popular. People getting too cavalier with this furry shit. I'll tell you that.
By drinking with your coworkers every night. How does that show you're a team player? Well, it's all about tradition and conformity. If you're the only one
some people is like, oh, ban to people saying work to discredit your work as a streamer. It's not relevant to me whether somebody says that what I'm saying is what I do is work or not. It's not important to me. Like, I don't need anybody else's validation for like whether my job is hard or easy or whether what I'm doing is actual work or work. If
whether my job is actual work or work.
If my idea of a job was breaking into people's cars and stealing all of their stuff out of their car and then selling it, and I made as much money and I could get away, I'd just do that.
What an insane example to use. What a wild example to use. That's just like the most insane, what the hell? You know, I can think of other jobs I would have, like breaking into people's car and selling it. I would do that. What the hell? Where did that come from?
Like, I don't have any ego about this. Like, I don't care. I just am doing whatever I can to make money. Like,
Hey, capitalist.
I don't care about like, oh, the value of the work and like what this is doing for the world. Like, I don't give a fuck about why. I don't care about that. Never cared about that. So like about like it being a job and like, oh, well, it's like, this is the, you know, you have to justify it. It's like, oh, well, I'm really working. Like, I don't care about that at all. Yeah, that's never. Like, I've just never understood it. Sociopathic? Well, it's not really being a sociopath. It's like just that, like, if there would be an easier way to do something that I would want to do, then I would do it. I mean, it's really it. I mean, it's not like
only Asmon would have his dream job be stealing catalytic converters.
A lot of there's not really a lot of like, there's not a lot of thinking beyond that, right? Yeah, that's it.
I don't even understand what he was trying to say with this. I must have missed the point where
The point's to make money. Yeah, like I just want the money. Like, whatever gets the money, I just do that.
Goes home. Boo! And forget about sleep. You might be able to sneak in a quick nap on the subway ride home before you need to show up for your shift, but hey, that's the culture. Did I also mention Japan has the highest levels of working hours in the world, where employees can average 80 hours of unpaid overtime per month? The anime Zom 100 does a really great job at showcasing this lifestyle in their first episode. All this pressure from work, school, and family to fit into your expected societal role, you can see why this bleak overview of the future is causing younger generations to be discouraged.
Yeah, say fuck that. Why would I want to do that?
Which has given rise to people adopting a NEET lifestyle. Not as in a clean person, but as a not in education, employment, or training person.
I did this for as long as I could. This was great. I was so happy.
See, do you know what I say? Do you guys get what I was trying to say earlier when I said in the real world, when I step outside, I am a low performance female. Like I am barely operating in normal society. Like I use compostable spoons and forks and plates and cups. And I try as often as I can to just get meal replacements because I'm tired of spending time cooking. And I do the bare minimum to function. Like my makeup routine is 15 minutes because I am too lazy to do more. Like I am the I'm the low performance male. I'm the low performance female. Like that's me. Low value female in the streets, high value female on stream. And then in the content space, I feel like a god. I feel like a god in the content space. Oh my God. Like I'm like at the top of the game here. Like my hottest take is, yeah, after 2 months of playing video games nonstop, I kind of feel like I need to go outside a little bit for like an hour. Then it starts to get to me. What the fuck? And that's like impressive. That's impressive. Like, what the hell?
Employment or training person.
I did this for as long as I could. This was great. I was so happy being a NEET. Like I was so happy. It was great. It was so good, bro. Like, why are people defensive about that too? Well, I mean, look, it's everybody. A lot of people are defensive about the idea of like, they're defensive about the idea of like what they're doing mattering. And I understand why. I get why. It's just not something that I feel. Like, I just don't feel that way.
Long-term goals here, just surviving through each day by doing the bare minimum. As long as you have food, housing, and entertainment, then you're solid. A more intense form of the NEET lifestyle is a hikikomori, which is a Japanese word that translates to pulling inward, being confined. This is where you withdraw yourself from society, where you...
Inward, like inside yourself, not inward like Twitter. Yeah. I
basically never leave your home. Described as loners or modern-day hermits.
Yeah,
it usually consists of people in their 20s.
This is basically me. Yeah, pretty much.
To late 30s who are still living with their parents and rely on their support.
In Japan, there's said to be at least 500,000 hikikomori. It's thought that the numbers could be double that because so many of them go uncounted. Most are men 15 to 39.
It's mostly guys. This guy right here, his favorite game is definitely Honkai Star Rail or Fate Grand Order.
This is Tectone if he didn't succeed.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the Nikkei. Yeah, there you go.
Experts believe that it's a condition caused by traumatic experiences or shame or grief.
Could the pressures of Asian...
No, it's not even that. It's that people grow up being losers. They're not accepted by people in school. They're ugly. They don't really feel like they're part of culture. They don't fit in. And then people don't like them. And then they disconnect from society slowly. And then before you know it, that's where they're at. That's traumatic experience. Well, you could say it's traumatic, but like what I'm saying is that
it's sort of like rich get richer, poor get poorer type of deal. I'm not talking about actual wealth, because wealth obviously plays a big impact, but like you guys are a bunch of fucking commies, so I don't need to explain this shit to you. I'm talking more about the social aspect. When you have one friend, it is 10 times easier to get the next friend. Getting your first IRL friend that you feel comfortable with and hanging out with frequently and whatever, like a homie, that one is going to be so fucking difficult. Social capital, yeah. And then when you have two friends, getting the third friend is 10 times easier. And then the next one is 10 times easier, and so on and so on and so forth, right? It's like that growth is like exponential. And it takes skill and it takes practice to learn how to make friends. And it takes skill and practice to learn how to maintain friends. And the first one will be the most difficult. And then after you learn those base skills, you can keep getting better and better and better and better and better and better. Right? Try getting that first friend at age 34, I feel lost. I mean, yeah, it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. And the worst part is you have to maintain those skills. I mean, so I have bad social anxiety. Although it's like so much better now. I've talked about this a little bit with Stream, but my anxiety was so bad I almost failed out of school because of it. Where I've had bad social anxiety since I was a kid, and I just never got fucking diagnosed because nobody thought it was. They were just like, oh, she's just shy, ha ha ha. No. No. As it would turn out, bullying has bad impacts on your brain. And I was so mentally ill that I was like going to fail out of college. Because I would show up late to class. I would show up like 5 minutes late. I'd take like the train. It's like an hour commute. I would get to my class. I would stand in front of my door. And it happened once. And then after that, like my brain just like fucking, it melted. Where one time I opened the door to the lecture hall. And then the professor made a joke and everybody laughed. And I wanted to like krill myself. Like it was like, that made me regress like 10 years. And then after that experience, I think it must have happened over 15 times that I would take this fucking long ass hour commute for one class. It was an hour and a half lecture. And I would literally get to the door. I would put my hand on the door, but I was like 3 minutes late. And the thought of opening that door and having all those people look at me and having the professor say anything to me was so traumatizing that I would just go back home. Like I literally was wasting hours a day commuting to go nowhere, just to go home. Like peak mental illness, like very bad mental illness. And or the common one that I think most people have experienced, you want to order something and you're in a line, but you haven't decided. If I got to the like front of the line and I still hadn't decided, I would just run back to the back of the line until I decided. I would rather wait in the line for another 5 minutes than be forced to pick something on the spot. So like, this was my brain. This is where my brain was, okay? Like very bad, very, very bad anxiety. Very bad anxiety. And I started getting better. And I started doing exposure therapy for myself. I was too poor to afford therapy, so I just started randomly deciding I was going to do different things to make it work, to like fix my brain. And I was like, maybe this will work. And eventually I stumbled into exposure therapy accidentally. And I started doing that to myself, where I would be like, I'm going to force myself to order without looking at the menu first. And it took me so many times before I finally did it. It was like so many instances before I was like, dude, I fucking did it. I did it. Oh my God. And then I remember I had to hype myself up so hard. I was sitting at like, to get food at like a restaurant or whatever. And I was always so jealous of people that could ask the server, is there anything you like? Not at the fucking Cheesecake Factory. Those people are sick. Like a menu that has like 10 items on it. And they'd be like, you know, I was so jealous when I would go out and hang out with friends who would ask the server, like, Is there anything you like on the menu? I was kind of looking for chicken, but I couldn't decide between these two. I was like, I wish I could do that. And eventually I did it. I was like, this time I'm going to do it. I failed. I was like, I'll just have this. I was like, this time I'll do it. Failed. This time I'll do it. I failed. And then eventually I did it. And I was so fucking proud of myself. It was like I beat an Elden Ring boss. Like I was so fucking proud of myself that I could ask the server for a suggestion. So my shit was cooked. Like my brain was fucking fried. It was not good. And where was I going to go with this? Oh, you have to work on that shit. You have to want to get better. And you have to be willing to fail and fail and fail and fail. And when you're already dealing with the stresses of life and paying bills and having kids or having kids, you know, medical insurance, medical debt, like all that shit, why get better for who? For yourself. It weighs on you so much to the point where you're just like, I give up. And it's so hard to keep trying. It's so hard to keep trying. But for me, I think the only thing that saved me is that I'm a very competitive person. And I was mad at the notion, like I was mad at my brain. I was mad at my brain because I was like, other people can fucking do it and I can't do it. I want to be those people. I don't want to be this person. This person fucking blows, dude. This person can't do shit. This body sucks. His brain sucks. I want to be that. I can do that. Ranked functioning in society ladder. Yeah. But it takes a lot to want to get better. And when you just fall down the shitter over and over and over and over again, the farther down you fall and the more bad experiences you have, the harder and harder it is to climb out of it. And the people that end up doing this shit, the people that end up becoming like Kokomoris and just like NEETs or whatever, they fell down the ladder too many times. And the idea of climbing, it's like they're trying to scale like a 100-foot fucking cliff. The idea is impossible. And the worst part is, just because you got better doesn't mean you won't get worse in the future. Because then COVID came along and I was like, I was in such a good place. COVID came along and I literally lost all my social skills. Like I was a robot. Like I was a robot. Like I have friends today that were like, dude, you've improved a lot in the past since COVID. You were a little bit awkward when I met you. I was like, makes me feel bad, but also good at the same time. Because I was right that I was cringe, but like, I guess I'm less cringe now, so thanks. And so at this point, I have like state mandated recreation with other people time. Like I hang out with other people at least once a week so that I can retain those social skills. Because I work too hard to get them back. I work too fucking hard. So I don't want to lose them. So I'm like, this is my mandatory socialization, okay? This is my mandatory anxiety socialization so I can stay like a normal human being. But it's hard. It's fucking hard. And when you have nothing, when you have, or what feels like nothing, when you have no friends or very few friends, when you have like a career that sucks, when you have family that sucks, when you have all this shit that sucks, it's the cliff that you have to scale gets taller and taller and taller and taller. And at a certain point, any human being gives up. They're just like, I can't fucking do it. To be clear, guys, I started small when I was trying to socialize. I would do this thing where I highly recommend it. I would join random Discord servers, like random public Discord servers. And I would be like, because once you make a fucking sock puppet account, join a random Discord server, hop in voice channel, and your only goal is to say one sentence. And then if you cringe at what you said, you leave that server and never go back. On to the next one. And if you don't cringe and people are having a good time, you keep going. And then once you cringe at yourself, you fucking close that shit, you never come back. And that's what I did because I wanted to get better. I wanted to fucking get better. And the idea of going and talking to people in real life was so terrifying and traumatizing to me that I was like, I will start small, talking in VC with random people that will have no impact on my life in servers that I don't know anyone in there. And my goal is just to say one sentence. And it worked. And I got better. I fucking got better. So anyways, yeah, that's just like my story and how you have to want it. You have to really, really, really want it. What did you say? A lot of cringe shit. I don't know. People are talking about some game and I'm like, dude, that game fucking blows dick or some shit. And it's so low stress because you never have to see those people ever again. You literally never have to see those people ever again. You can choose in that moment to forget that it ever happened. But anyways, yeah, you have to want to get better and you have to have at least like one or two things going for you and you have to really want it. And if you don't want it, you just fall into this because it's scary. It's fucking terrifying, dude. You cannot become Tim Walls at Sandwich Shop if you never are JD Vance at Donut Shop. You have to be JD Vance at Donut Shop enough times to become Tim Walls at Sandwich Shop. I know. And it's a scary thought because who the fuck wants to be JD Vance? But it's what you got to do. Best sentence I never thought I needed to hear. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Anyways. Dude, this video is so fucking long. This video is like 20 million years long. Let's watch a little bit more.
It's not like you had one bad
Also, yeah, the best part is, chances are even the worst of you in here cannot be JD Vance at Donut Shop because you like people. That's why you're in here. Otherwise, you would be fucking watching some other garbage. I don't think you can be in this chat room if you're like a misanthrope. Mostly because I just make fun of I make fun of those people really hard. Because I think those people are cringe and they're losers, okay? Apathy is really cringe. It's like the cringiest thing. When I realized I was apathetic and I was the cringe one, I thought I was so cool. I was like, I'm above it all. And then I saw myself. I had like a out-of-body moment. And I was like, oh my God, I'm cringe. No one told me that I'm cringe. I gotta stop right now. I gotta stop right now. I gotta stop immediately. Oh God. So I have to shame the rest of you guys so you can know. Okay. Anyways, all right. Get back to the
experience, and then everything changed. I think that like you're right, but it's like basically death of a thousand cuts. Like that's kind of the way that I'm seeing it, right? It's not like there's like one situation where it happens. It's something that happens over like a long-term like percentage of time.
Societies be the root cause of these content creators posting their strange lifestyles online? Maybe that's just a theory, a moldy rice cooker theory. Speaking of food that would definitely shave off years of a regular person's life.
I think that one of the reasons why a lot of people do it, like for me, one of the reasons why I didn't really have a problem sharing my lifestyle whenever I was a lot younger and I first started doing this, like I don't know anybody that was really doing it before I was doing it. Maybe I'm sure there were, it just wasn't as like known. Is the reason why is that I really didn't like how much like shame was in the culture that we had. And I just didn't like how I would always get shamed a lot for doing or saying or thinking different things. And I always really just like never really understood being ashamed of something. And I know this might sound really
Don't worry, we know.
really bad, but I've never felt any shame for anything bad that I think that I've ever done in a genuine way. Even if it's something bad that I did to somebody, I just don't even think about it, right? And so I think really like expressing
insane,
yourself and being able to own who you are is something that's like the only thing that you can do at a certain point, because if you feel like you've been isolated and alienated away from culture as much as you can, as much as possible, then eventually you just decide to yourself, I'm no longer gonna keep playing this game, right? I don't want to keep trying to be this person. I don't want to keep trying to appeal to people that aren't going to like me, and I'm just gonna be myself. And it's kind of a bad version of myself, but it's still who I am, right? And yeah, you can't lose if you don't play. No empathy? Do I have empathy for people? I think so.
That's a no. So to be very clear, empathy is defined, okay? I'll explain. Empathy is defined as like the, quote, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Having empathy only for the people that are around you, your friends and family, is not empathy. Everybody is hardwired to already have empathy to their friends and family. Unless you have antisocial personality disorder, aka you're a sociopath, everyone is already, you're pre-programmed. It's the bloatware that comes with being a human being. You're pre-programmed to caring about your family and friends, regardless of your personhood or whatever. That's why it's really hard to cut off shitty family members. That's why you can know that you have like the most fucking vile, bigoted like parents or siblings or whatever, and it's still so hard to cut them off. You're pre-programmed with it. It comes free with your existence. Yeah, exactly. Having empathy is in reference to feeling certain ways about people without needing them to be related to you. So if you can see someone talking about their experience with sexual assault and you don't need somebody else to be like, now listen, honey, imagine if it was your sister, for you to understand that sexual assault is traumatic, you have empathy. If you struggle to feel empathetic to someone dealing with difficult things happening in their life until somebody tells you to relate it to yourself, you do not have empathy. And I think empathy is something that's a trained skill. Everyone is pre-programmed with like a little bit for their immediate family. And you have to hardwire the rest. You have to install the DLC essentially, which is experiencing it and understanding it for other people, right? So like a good example would be his response to, this is also like a symptom of growing up in America, which is very individualistic and it's a capitalist dogshit system. But I know that he struggles with this because he hasn't worked on it, which sucks, because he talked about Palestinians the way that he's talked about them. And he's talked about people protesting for Palestinians the way that he's talked about them. A protester blocking his road, preventing him from getting his Mountain Dew as fast as he would like, annoys him. Why? Because he is unable and refuses to think about the fact that those people are protesting for something and that is a greater issue than how fast he gets his Mountain Dew. Luckily, however, it's a learned skill. As long as you have some empathy in you, you can learn to extend it to more people. He got a lot of flack a year ago for telling folks in East Palestine to Ohio to just move. Yeah. The people who dealt with the toxic chemicals because of the train cart fucking explosion or whatever. Yeah, people got really mad about him saying you should fucking move. It's like, you're so delusional. You have no understanding of like what these people are going through. Again, the good news is it's learned. You just need to have your moment where you have like this epiphany and you're like, wait, I'm kind of a piece of shit and I shouldn't be one. Wait, this is not good for me or people around me. And I'm living worse. Epiphany. Excuse me. Thank you.
Like, a lot of the way that I feel about things and the way that people think, like, I don't know. I think this is like revealing a bit too much of like my like internal power level, right? It's probably something I shouldn't really say a lot of, but like whenever I was like a little kid, I would have my mom read to me like all of the like the Bible, like the rules in the Bible, because I just didn't really understand why people didn't like certain things or why certain things were bad. And I knew that like I needed to learn this in a way that made sense, because I had like situations in like, yeah, I had to learn the terms of service because it wasn't in it. And this is why I don't make a lot of comments on moral issues, right? It's
This
because
is the
like
fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to say one thing on this, which is I am firmly a believer of the fact that like children do not know what empathy is. Like most children do not understand this concept at all. Like I could not believe, I was like, I mean, I didn't have friends in elementary school, middle school, mostly because I was really competitive, because I was very annoying, because I was chubby and I was not attractive or whatever, but also because I was kind of an asshole. And I will say to all of you, empathy was learned for me. I understood the basic concept of, yeah, I care about my friends and family and I want them to be good. But I did not understand, like literally so many kids. I mean, the fact that bullying exists is evidence of this. So many kids are just like narcissistic freaks that run around. It's very terrifying. I don't know how the fuck anyone teaches middle schoolers. I sucked as a kid and I got bullied by people who sucked more than me. Were you an asshole as a defense mechanism? No, I was just an asshole because I wanted to be right all the time. And because I wanted to compete all the time, which is very annoying. And that was like all that mattered to me. Nothing else mattered. I just wanted to play ranked all the time. And everyone was like, dude, sometimes we can just play casual. And I was like, no, we have to play ranked. You guys suck. And it's like, oh, dude. I was straight up like filthy casuals. And then I got bullied a lot. And I learned from my mistakes. I was like, ooh, okay. Actually, that's cringe, actually. Oh, man. This idea that like you have to fucking read the Bible so that kids can learn how to be good or whatever, that's fucking stupid. It's that kids have a very a poor understanding of empathy, and it's very hard to see other people's perspective because you're barely learning your perspective. So as a kid, you have like a quarter of the tools you need to even live life for yourself. And then you sort of like realize, oh, I'm a person now. Wait, everybody else is a person too. Wait, I feel bad that bad things are happening. Because now that I understand it fully, now that I'm a fully grown human being, that is bad. I disagree that it's like, oh yeah, I always knew there was something fucked up with me because as a kid, I didn't have enough empathy. No, like 90% of middle schoolers don't have empathy.
Like I have a moral compass. It just doesn't point north. And so when I think of something's morality, I don't think about it the way that other, I think, normal people think about it.
Oh my God, he's such a pick-me. Oh my God. I'm not like other human beings.
And so I learned that about myself pretty early on. And that's why I would want her to like explain everything to me.
Oh my God, you're so special. You're your mom's special little boy. You're just so different. Oh, you're so exceptional. You're not like other human beings. It's so stupid.
Because
oh
I could see like in school, I would have it happen. And so like, I really only understand a lot of like, you know, sympathy and like emotions or like morals or like empathy with people. I understand it through like through a lens, right? It's not like intuitive to me in a way, but I'm very good at faking it. I'm very good at faking it. And I'm very good at like intellect.
Dude, he has such strong middle school syndrome. When he looks back on this, hopefully years from now, and the mold isn't in his brain anymore, he's going to look back on this and be like, dude, this is so, I can't believe I said this out loud. That was the cringiest thing I've ever said in my fucking life.
Intellectualizing it to the point where I can intuit it in most of the time. Most of the time I can intuit it, but when things become very morally based, that's when I usually don't like making.
Yeah, this is like 50% masked autism and 50% I'm not like other girls.
comments on them because I feel like I almost always make a mistake. I always say something that's like wrong. I don't know. Like that's kind of that's the way that I would explain it in the best way.
Either this guy has the strongest immune system in the world, or the soap he uses to wash his food can eliminate every single disease on the planet. He's known for taking rice that's half food, half...
His chat is also saying autism. I like this guy. Or this chick. Stop spamming sociopath, you R words, if you don't know what it means.
Living organism, and turning it back to normal by giving it a bath.
Ah, ふわふわ。なんかいつもと違うパターンだなこれ。何これ。普通にこのまま食えそう。うわあ、綺麗綺麗ですね。
Yeah. Was he put soap in there? Is that soap?
なんかこれでもうまそう。
He looked at the soapy rice and said, this looks actually pretty good.
Yeah.
はい、完成。うまそう。
Other than
looking at your soapy dish and saying, it's complete. It looks so tasty is insane. It is beyond cursed.
Committing multiple health code violations, he's
what a terrible day to know a little bit of Japanese.
Pretty decent cook. It's no Michelin star meal, but watching him turn expired food into a...
No, I've watched plenty of crackheads that live in like in trailers do this exact same stuff here in the US. It's nothing really special. Yeah, I see that.
You know what? That is a good place to end it. All right. We'll end it on, I've seen lots of crackheads do this in trailer parks. It's nothing special in reference to a guy putting soap on his rice. Excellent. 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 I haven't seen this clip. We can save this for tomorrow. Heck to Fang. But thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. I'm going to head off for today. I'm going to go socialize and talk to people and have some fun. Sorry we didn't get to the news. I actually ended up getting super distracted. But tomorrow we can watch the Starbucks video. I didn't expect to take that long. I didn't expect to spend like fucking 3 hours on a video, an Asmongold video, my bad. But we will watch some stuff tomorrow. We'll have a great day tomorrow. We have lots of content to get to. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.